Okay, now let's have a quick talk about the tables of correspondences that we see whenever we're starting to get involved in magical occultism and all that kind of stuff. Interesting, but not essential. The most important thing you need to know about these things is that ideas can be connected together. And there are ways in which, if you've got a spirituality which is different from another practitioner's, that you could find a way of adjusting the nature of the ceremony that you're doing in order to suit more what you think is more comfortable for yourself and what the ways in which you feel the universe of spirituality has expressed itself to you. But that's essentially all. I mean, in Liber 777 there will be like one page that would show you all the names of God in the Judeo-Christian tradition, and on another page it would show you the same like slots, but it would have all of the like Norse gods or the Egyptian gods in it, or different colours or different stones, and that, you know, that sort of stuff going on. That's only there to inform you that ideas can be connected. It doesn't necessarily say you have to have a particular stone or metal or this, that and the other in your space. It's useful to think about these things, but you also got to think about why. Why would, let's say, the herb tobacco be associated with the planet Mars, as Aleister Crowley talks about? And then he says, well, maybe it's to do with the fact that, you know, men smoke tobacco when they're working, so therefore it's a incense, so to speak, of work and labour and things which are physical. And other people would say something else. If you've read a version of Culpeper's Herbal, you'll see that he used astrology as a means of explaining the powers of various different herbs and plants. So these things connect, but you do necessarily have to have a plant growing on your little altar, which has to be the right plant of the right this, that and the other. Maybe, maybe not. What is it that you feel will bring in this space a sense of reverence and holiness for this one thing? What is it that will bring into this space a sense of the right kind of energy that you're dealing with, that you want to deal with? Energy which has a similar meaning to everything else that you want to achieve with this. Something which actually therefore makes sense. So if what I'm saying is true, and the vast majority of the work is done from, you know, from yourself as a person, then in what way would it become quite so essential for people to use allegedly the right herb, the right one in their ritual, or the right flower, or the right gemstone, or the right this, that and the other? Do these things make sense, or are they something which is going to get people so heavily caught up in the superstition? No, I've got to have the right candle, I've got to have the right this, that and the other. You know, I mean, surely that distracts us away from the work of intention and attention and perception, and delivering all of these three things with energy, with focus, with hemispheric synchronization in the right direction for the purposes of achieving a desired change. Would that, you know, does that make sense to you? I think that's something that you need to, you need to think about when you're trying to create for yourself the experience, and you're trying to engage with spiritual experience, and you're trying to do things like forms of spell casting or whatever it is you're attempting and playing around with for the purposes of creating energy and sending it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, because I mean, during my young days, I was told about the modern chaos magic tradition of sigillation. For me personally, that exercise, when it's considered as being important, detracts from the experience. Because you spend all of your time trying desperately to visualize the sigil. You're not desperately trying to work on the intention and get the intention clear and released at that moment of high. Yeah, I'll leave that there for now.